Let me ask you something. How many jobs have you applied for recently? 20, 50, or maybe even 100? And after applying to so many jobs, still there is no interview call. If that happening with you, I want you to stop for a moment. Don't immediately tell yourself I'm not good enough. I don't have the skill. Nobody wants to hire me. Don't say to yourself. Because as an HR professional, I can tell you one thing. Sometimes the problem is not you. The problem is the way you search job. The way you search the strategy of job. I see candidates making the same mistakes again and again and again. And in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly why your application may not be converting into interviews and what you can start changing from today. Because job searching is not applying everywhere. It's about applying smarter way. So, hello guys, this is Poonam Jaiswal from Achieve.com. I'm running the HR consultancy and I work closely with companies and candidates during the recruitment process. And one sentence I hear often from the candidate is, "Ma'am, I am applying everywhere, but nobody is calling me." I completely understand that frustration from the candidate. You spend time searching for jobs. You update your resume. You apply everywhere. And then nothing will come. No calls. No email. Sometimes and not even rejections. But more applications don't automatically mean more interviews. If you apply more, you will not get more interviews. If you're sending the same resume in 100 companies the same way and same repeating mistakes you're doing, so it is a wrong way to do. So today's let's discuss about what will be the reason you have to do. Let's start with one biggest mistake every candidate is doing. You are applying for everything. I mean everywhere. In HR executive, so example way, in HR manager, recruiter's profile, operations manager, admin manager, development, business development, customer service, and sometimes and completely I feel you are frustrated and that's why you are applying for underrated positions. And then you wonder why I'm not getting shortlisted from the company. Here's the problem. When your career direction is unclear, your professional profile also becomes unclear. A recruiter should be able to look at your profile and understand very quickly what does the person actually do. For example, if you are HR professional, decide what your primary direction is. Is that recruitment? Is talent acquisition? HR operation? HRBP? Payroll? Learning and development? Choose your main direction. Of course, you can explore other opportunities, but your resume, your LinkedIn profile should be communicate a clear professional identity. Remember this. Don't try to become the perfect candidate for every place, for every job. Become the obvious candidate for the right job. So now let's talk about your resume. This is another major problem. Many candidates create one resume and send that exact same resume everywhere. Let me give you an example. Suppose a company is looking for talent acquisitions with the experience in IT hiring, stakeholder management, and recruitment analytical. But your resume simple say responsible for recruitment and hiring. Now maybe you actually have all the experience, but the recruiters can't see it in your CV. And that's the problem. Your resume needs to be communicate your relevant experience clearly. So before applying, read the job description carefully. Look for the required skills, experience, responsibilities, industry knowledge, tools, leadership requirements, and then ask yourself, does my resume clearly show what I have expertise? And they can see that. Instead of simply writing handle recruitment, you can explain the actual scope of your work. I'm giving the example. Managing end-to-end recruitment including sourcing, screening, interviews and offer coordination. And if you have genuine, measurable and achievements, include them. So successfully you have closed 40 plus positions, you can mention in your CV. Number can make your contribution much easier to understand to the interviewer. But one every important point, never add fake skills, fake numbers or fake experience just to match a job description. Don't do that. Your resume should be targeted, not overvalued. So now we are going to discuss about LinkedIn. So candidates spend hours creating a resume, but sometimes spend only 2 minutes on LinkedIn and create great impact. And it will be you're not doing, that is a big mistake. Recruiters may check your LinkedIn profile. So imagine your resume says senior talent acquisition profession, but your LinkedIn profile says looking for a job. See the differences. Instead, your headline should tell people what you actually do. Example way: talent acquisitions professional, end-to-end recruitment, stakeholders management, corporate hiring in IT. So this way you can impress the recruiters and the interviewers. Now when someone sees your profile, they immediately understand your professional area. Also check your headline about your sections, experience, skill, achievements, and overall profile presentation. So your LinkedIn profile should support your resume, not contradict it. And one more thing, don't make your entire LinkedIn profile about saying I'm looking for a job. Your profile should first communicate your professional value. So you have to be work on that. So now here's something that honestly surprising me. Some candidates apply for a job, get an interview, and then don't even know what the company does. Please don't do that. Before an interview, spend at least 10 to 15 minutes researching about the company. Understand what does the company do, what products they are, what service they are offering, who are their customers. Also give you confidence. Another common problem is follow-up. You apply for a job and then you simply wait 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Now I'm not saying you should message a recruiter every day. Please don't spam recruiters, but professionally you can connect them. Follow-up completely is okay now. For example, after an interview you can send a short message thanking for this interview, expressing your contribution, and then you can ask for the interest. Or if you are applying for a role genuinely match your experience, you can send a beautiful message through LinkedIn. Sometimes like, hi, I recently applied for XYZ job. My experience in XYZ way closely match the requirements, particularly in specific skills. I'd be happy to discuss my profile in this position if you're looking for this profile. That is enough. Short, professional, and relevant. Don't send a 5-paragraph story about your entire life, your career. Recruiters now very busy. Make your message easy to read, easy to understand. Now let's talk about interviews. A lot of candidates start preparing only after they receive the interview call. I would suggest doing it differently. Prepare before the call. Have your introduction yourself make the ready or not. Know your major achievements, know your strength. Be ready for explaining about your career, changes and gaps, whatever you have done in your CV or your life. And most timely, know your own resume. You have to read your resume, whatever you have written. I have seen candidates and there's something written in their resume and then they struggle when the interviews ask about. Please don't do that. If it is on your resume, you should be able to explain confidently and don't memorize every answer word to word. Instead, understand your own experience, because an interview is not a school exam. They don't need a paragraph or brief answer in that. It is a conversation. The interviews wants to understand how you think, how you can communicate, how you solve the problem, and whether your experience match the role or not. So don't just prepare an answer or prepare a story. Just express your experience. Now you have to discuss the salary also. We are going to discuss that also. So yes, salary is very IMP. You absolutely should know your market value. But sometimes candidates make salary the first in the first conversations. Before focusing only one compensation, understand the complete opportunity. You will ask for what will the salary you pay. So the responsibilities, what you have, what growth opportunities are available in the market, what skills you develop, what is the company culture, what are the working experience, understand the complete picture. Then discuss your salary in professionally. And please don't feel uncomfortable discuss about money. It's completely normal to discuss salary. Just remember, you are not only choosing a salary, you are choosing a role, a manager, an environment, potentially the next stage of your career. So now I want to talk about something that isn't written in the job description, and that's rejection. Yes, rejection hurts. Everyone go through with that, especially when you are applied for 50, 20, 100 companies. After a while, you are start asking, maybe I'm not capable for that. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I have. Maybe someone else is always better. Please don't do that. Please don't allow one rejection to define your professional identity. Sometimes another candidate simply has more relevant experience. Sometimes the company changes the requirement. Sometimes the position put on hold. Sometimes there's internal candidate come up. And sometimes you are not the right match. That's the recruitment. Your job is not to get selected by every company. Your job is to find the company where your skills, experience going to fit the right place. So take the lesson from the rejections, improve your strategy, and keep moving. So now let me give you a very simple 30-day strategy. If you're seriously looking for a job, try this for the next 30 days. Step 1. Choose your targeted role. Don't apply randomly. Step 2. Update your resume specifically in that role what you're looking for. Step 3. Improve your LinkedIn headline and about sections. Step 4. Apply to relevant positions instead of applying everywhere. Step 5. Research the company before going for the interview. Step 6. Practice your introduction and key interview questions. Step 7. Network with recruiters and professionals you're targeting for the job. And finally, track your application. Create simple Excel sheet with the company name, job role, date applied, recruiters contacted, interview status, follow-up date, and that's it. Because when you start tracking your job, when you start tracking your job search, you are no longer randomly applying. You are managing your job search very professionally. So, if you are currently looking for a job and you are not getting enough interview calls, don't immediately send another 50 applications. Stop doing that. Look at your strategy. Ask yourself, am I applying for the right profile, right resume with the right resume or not? Are my resumes matching those profiles? Does my LinkedIn profile represent me professionally? And I'm applying for properly in the interviews, and most IMP, am I clearly showing employers the value what I bring? Your job search doesn't need more desperation. It needs more direction. If this video helped you, share with someone who currently looking for a job. And if you want practice HR and career advice, not just motivational quotes, subscribe me. Take care and bye-bye.